So we're pretty low rated at the moment, which is kind of nice. I guess we're only 33rd. Dude, 2071 feels like such low rating, but it's 33rd right now. That's crazy. I'm doing pretty well. I want to play some Pokemon, but we're struggling a little here. Oh, here we go. All right. Well, Ferrothorn is one of the Pokemon that I explicitly am not a fan of with this team. We do have 3 fire moves on non-fire Pokemon. Explicitly for Ferrothorn. Payback. Oh no. I think Rock's not amazing against this team, but it is nice to break a potential sash in the Mamoswine and just get a little bit of chip. So we have another turn of Taunt, so there should be no outs for this Ferrothorn. It can't Leech Seed us, it can't protect. Is this Choice Band payback? Like, what is going on? Our opponent is only 1600, so it's possible they do not have... Well, it's fairly probable at this point that they don't have all the sets. They do have Protect. They do hit the double Protect, but it doesn't matter since our first shot did like 75, I think it was. Kind of wanted to sack the zone, but I'm scared of Sub or Swords Dance. My Chomp switch-in's not amazing here. I'll just stay in, I guess, and we'll click Hidden Power. I'm expecting Earthquake now. Yep. I'm gonna just Outrage. I expect either Rotom, Clefable, or a Dragon move. And I'm okay trading the Dragon move here. It's King's Rock. Why is it King's Rock? Oh my goodness. Alright, would I rather sack this or Magnezone? I think Magnezone's actually pretty good. I'll just E-speed this. King's Rock Garchomp. What a silly set. If you could play King's Rock Scarf, maybe that would be OP. I'm gonna stay in and just smack the Rotom here. I don't think there's anything it can do that's super bad. Okay, that's pretty bad. That is reasonable. I've been proven wrong. I expected a defog or something. I was like, yeah, okay. I mean, it's not the end of the world. Air Balloon Mamoswine. Is Paralyzed Gengar faster than Conkeldurr? I think I will switch it out here. Flamethrower, sure. I mean, if we're paralyzed at any point, that's kind of annoying, but I think... Well, the Mach Punch on Conk, the Mach Punch on a burnt Conk is pretty annoying. Okay, we hit, so that should be fine. Burn. Oh, no burn. And Rotom is dead to rocks. We got a big 2 rating for waiting through that win. Waiting through that, the queue time, sorry. And now we settle in for wait number 2. I feel like I need like a mini game or something that I can do while I wait for this, because during an event, these wait times are ridiculous. It's a bit silly how long we gotta wait in queue here. Everyone's out grinding. I have a ping on my Discord that says PETA's live. Incidentally, speaking of things that I created, I guess, I have a YouTube channel now. I'm going to, I think this command should work. Yeah, there we go. Nice, someone bought my 10 uncommon eggs for 18K. I'm rich. But yeah, so I have a YouTube channel now. There are a grand total of 2 videos uploaded to it. It's very exciting. One of them is a Twitch VOD that is also available on the Twitch channel here. Can I point to the, if I do this, I'm pointing in a random direction and hoping that it makes sense. But I do have the Return of the Kingler uploaded there, and I have a monotype tournament that I recorded and did not stream on Twitch, so there is some exclusive content there. So rocks seem really, really good here. Volcarona and Togekiss both quite weak. This could be Sash, the Terrakion that is. I'll set rocks. We may get Bullet Seeded here. I think that would be optimal. Spore is fairly annoying. I guess I could just go hard Gengar here, couldn't I? Yeah, going hard Gengar was probably better than trying to waste sleep turns. Oh, Rock Tomb's not bad. Rock Tomb could be worse. Now something else goes to sleep. Do I sack something else to this Breloom? I don't really want to go Dragonite on this. Magnezone dies too. Actually, all 3 of these die to it. The Terrakion kind of owns me if this dies. Kind of owns me anyway, but... Huh. This is not ideal. I think I'll go Crawdaunt here. I mean, Terrakion's hard for him to go into. I think his best play is probably Jirachi here. Yeah, like I said, I did throw this team together in the 2 minutes before I started streaming, so maybe having the 3 fighting weaknesses is a bit tough. Goes Togekiss. My 2 resists to fairy moves are both at like 2 health. Aqua Jet's really strong in here, though. It kills Volcarona, kills Terrakion. It's good against Bisharp, good against Jirachi. I kind of want to get a Swords Dance off on this at some point later. Let's just go Magnezone here to scout. It is Dazzling Gleam. Diggersby makes it kind of easy for him to go into Terrakion or Bisharp. Both resist the return, and it's really hard for us to click Earthquake here. I'm going to click Return, just because it is really scary if he stays in and clicks Dazzling Gleam, and I click Earthquake. That ends really poorly for me. We're faster than his Jirachi. Interesting. That is good to know. Ooh. Well, if my Diggersby is faster, I'm not incredibly worried about this. Let's go Gengar here. Welcome, Thick Mary MILF. I still feel like I need like an acronym or something for this to like be able to say that on stream. I think I just stay in for this. He goes for Quick Attack, interesting. Not a decision I am in love with here from the opponent. So yeah, he has to go Bishop here. We just sack this to prevent Swords Dance, go Dragonite, click Fire Punch, and presumably profit. Yep, he tried to Swords Dance there, it looks like. Giga Drain. Yeah, but it will not be enough to survive the Age-Jet. Alright, well, we somehow got through that one. It was looking kind of rough. The double fighting, the Breloom lead especially, is just not great for us. I didn't add a win for the previous one. Whoops. I gotta add a second win. We are 2-0. Did that go through? I don't even know if that went through. Okay. So my bot apparently blocks my other bot from sending the message twice in a row, but I can send the message twice in a row, and it does get it. Welcome, Bareface. How's it going? You farming rainbows successfully? We're dealing with some lengthy queue times here. We're trying to survive. Who is this? I have no idea what the PPO name is. Welcome, welcome. Get double rainbow on both? I don't think I've ever done that. That's pretty sweet. The queue times are killing me, man. So one flaw with this team, aside from its, these three Pokemon on this end are weak to fighting. So aside from the copious amount of fighting weaknesses, we don't have any really good speed control here. We have no... So I'm not Scarfing the Gengar, and Scarf Magnezone doesn't actually work as speed control because it's slower than everything. It outspeeds Timid Serp, and that's it. So it does not outspeed Azelf, it does not outspeed Crobat, it does not outspeed Weavile, it doesn't outspeed Alakazam, and it's outsped by any boosted Pokemon, basically. Except maybe Dragon Dance Groudon or something. Welcome, TC, how's it going? So I do think that could be an issue. The reason I've not moved to do something about that is I have 3 priority moves on the team. We do have Aqua Jet, Extreme Speed, and Quick Attack. So I'm hoping that balances it out. The 2 priority moves being normal type is a bit scary, because something like, I don't know, Scarf Gengar maybe? I guess Diggersby walls that pretty well. A Steel type or a Rock type with a setup move. So like, I don't know, if a Tyrantrum clicks Dragon Dance, I think I just lose. Lanoon is pretty OP. That is true. I think most of the reason that I want Scarf Magnezone here, stuff like Ferrothorn and Skarmory is really annoying for the team, so I want to have a Magnezone. Normally I like Specs just to be able to kill Ferro on the spot, but the reason I want Scarf here is because Keldeo is kind of annoying for the team. There's not a lot of good switch-ins. Like, I have Dragonite, and that's basically it. So having a Pokemon like Magnezone that can force Keldeo out and get value is pretty good. You went to the store and back? Congratulations. I'm proud of you. K bonked IV Gems now. What did K do to IV Gems? Ooh, hoo, hoo, we got Faker with a horrible lead for us. I'm gonna taunt this. I'm done getting slept. Bullet seeded. Ugh. Alright, well that's really bad for us, actually. Rock Tomb, very annoying. I'm gonna go Dragonite here. We don't have rocks, which is also quite annoying. Really wish I just set rocks on turn 1. It was free. It did represent free rocks there. So now he goes Bisharp. So the question is what I do about that. Him having rocks up is pretty annoying. Does he just wish? He protects. Interesting. I'm just gonna Flash Cannon again here, actually. I feel like he's gonna try and wish. No, okay, he got me. What? Oh my goodness. That's a big hit. We could have gone Gengar there on that turn, and then tried to keep zone high enough that it lives a Sucker Punch. That did nothing, wow. I think he expected a switch there, it's interesting. I miss Specs Magnezone, man. Diggersby is basically a force play here. There's nothing else that really switches in. I guess Crawdon could. He can go Zapdos for free here, and there's nothing we can do about it. We can't switch. But we couldn't really afford to click return there, so there's not much in the way of options. I think he's just gonna Volt here. I think Bisharp basically kills us. I guess Crawdon maybe lives something. Nothing really switches into the return very well. If Bisharp does and the Bisharp dies to Crawdon, and that could potentially make a Gengar sweep possible. Man, if we had rocks, man, Man. Oh my goodness. Ugh. Not our game, man. A lot of ground weakness. We have 2 ground weaknesses and 2 ground immunities, although we're typically blowing up with Azov at the start, so not super relevant. Or you mean his team? His team had 2 and 1 immunity, 1 resist. I think it's fine. Togekiss lead is quite an annoying one for Azelf. Because if they predict the flamethrower correctly, you can't even double back to Azelf because they still had speed and they probably 2-shot. Pretty good bulk now, but... Air Slash I am a fan of. I'm gonna Flash Cannon here for the Diggersby. Volcanion would be pretty annoying, but pretty unlikely, I think. Chandelure would be pretty good. Sizar's pretty good. Sizar's a very good switch, actually. That is well predicted. Magnezone is really good against this team, so I'm not super inclined to risk it here. I imagine he's just U-turning, but he might superpower. Let's go Gengar here. Goes for Roost. Well, that's not great for the Gengar. I guess instead of clicking a move with Gengar, I could have actually doubled back to Magnezone and that would have been a lot better. I'm gonna go Azelf here and set rocks on the Togekiss. I imagine he'll go Togekiss because that just, it forced me out last time, so why wouldn't it work this time? And then I assume that my opponent will try to predict me going Magnezone here. And if I'm wrong and he air slashes, then we can always just go zone afterwards. We'll retain the 1 HP Azelf. Alright, this will actually knock. I would rather get a kill. Alright, well the Chandelure had no item, so it's not a kill. I am going to set rocks here. He was willing to give me the item on Togekiss, too. I'll just explode. Aura Sphere, sure. So if I Dragon Dance, I believe that's pretty close to Lights Out. I mean, the Togekiss will be annoying. The Chandelure will be annoying, but we have rocks up. So the Chandelure was at 25.2%, so it may even just die to the rocks, depending on its HP. Sometimes the percentages show weirdly just because of the way the division breaks down. We could have gone Gengar there, but the problem with Gengar is that Diggersby is quite a good switch-in. And if we just Focus Blast or something, I mean, it's not very exciting for us. It's Leftovers Volcanion. I'm going to trade the Multiscale for a bit of extra power here. Never mind, we keep the Multiscale. Interesting. How much does +2 Extreme Speed do to Volcanion? I'm actually going to calc this. Dragonite at +2 versus Volcanion. Let's say it's defensive. +2 Outrage kills and nothing else kills, so I think we go for that. This does allow Togekiss to come in and kill our our multi-scale, but I think that's going to be the price we pay. I think my opponent didn't realize that we can't switch here. Interestingly, Chandelure actually also forces us into an outrage. So Chandelure is a pretty clean switch in here if he is, yeah, if he's Flame Body, or not Flame Body, sorry, Flash Fire. Outplayed? Yeah, I mean, he sacks the Chandelure and gets to break the multi-scale this time, so that's fine by me. He goes for Trick. Interesting. So we are extreme speeding at very high speeds. My opponent's trying to think here, if they manage to kill this, what two Pokemon can they save to preserve their best chance of winning, but I don't think they have chances anymore. I think our priority moves and the speedy Flash Cannon should be too much for him. Bracing for multi-scale to be broken, but it never happens. Yep. We did get finessed by that. So I'll Aqua Jet this, which now that I think about it might not kill, but I think it should. Oh no, okay. But this also lets us test if it is Scarf or not. I say test, but I don't actually know from that whether it's Scarf or not, so. Okay, redeemed Hydrate. Posture check. Alright. So we're gonna get quick attacked here, and then go Magnezone, click Flash Cannon, go our Diggers Beam, click quick attack. I guess we could also go Gengar to make it a little bit faster. Like if he's banded, this will be slightly faster. Let's just Focus Blast here. We could Sludge Wave just to break the sub, make sure that it kills, but I kind of want to risk a Focus Blast. I've been told that I missed something in chat earlier, but I think it was a long time ago. Am I the LeBron James of PvP? I certainly would not describe myself that way. I think I am better than average at PvP, but I don't think I'm good at PvP. What's up, Cam? How's it going? I don't think I'm tall enough to be LeBron either. I mean, I'm pretty tall. I'm like 6'2". I'm somewhere in between 6'2" and 6'3". Rapid Spin, a really annoying move here. I'm gonna Explode here. I mean, Gengar makes sense for the opponent, but I think at 1669, they're probably gonna try and go for Rapid Spin there. They have no switch-ins for this Magnezone, which I like quite a lot. Magnezone kind of owns this team a bit too. You get points for losing these. So you get a currency point and a rating point. The currency you get for winning or losing, but you get a significant amount more for winning. And rating you gain for winning and you lose for losing. Where do we go here? I feel like anything invites Skarmory except Gengar, so I'm gonna go Gengar. If he goes Bisharp, I'm gonna Focus Blast. I don't know if your height has anything to do with being the best at PvP. Well, he didn't ask if I was the best at PvP. He asked if I was the LeBron James of PvP. Yeah, I'm just gonna Focus Blast here. Man, I hit 2 Focus Blasts out of 2 tonight. That is insane. That is so many Focus Blasts. That's like twice as many as 1. If your rating's low as hell, you get less points. Yeah, so there's poorly defined tiers, and in the highest tier you get 10 points for winning a game, plus 1 or 2 if the game went really long, and then you get, I think, 8 and 6, and maybe it's 9 and 8. I know, you do decrease the amount of points you get, but the amount of rating you get is typically higher the lower rated you are. Alright, the opponent disconnected that one, so... we get to keep this rolling. I am a little sad because this is only the second altar I've seen today, and I would really like an altar. I got some stuff to level, but we'll persevere with these lengthy queue times. As fun as AFK fishing stream would be, not much of a PvP. You just want to complete the pseudo challenge. PvP is pretty fun. Thank you, Kay. Yeah, so for pseudo, I guess you need the Larvitar. I was trying to remember the name. I was like, I know it's Tyranitar, but what's the baby version? Yeah, that's gonna be harder to do now as well. Now that it's just 2 tiers, but I believe in you. Figuring out if you can come take a lot of L's to get it. Yeah. I mean, that's one way to do it. I think PvP is a lot to learn. But even learning just a little bit will let you get some wins in Clan Wars, and you know, winning in Clan Wars is a lot nicer than losing in Clan Wars. Stacking needs to be fed. Yeah, that is true. What's up, cutie? With the 1-bit cheer, thank you. I'm gonna call you TMM. TMM. Yeah, I'd like to feed Stacky. I've been using, well, I say I've been using, today I used the one altar that I saw to start stacking EXP in a Pokemon for a future ult, or just to sell to someone, because they're reasonably high demand, I think. Last time we just got paid back here, but yeah, it's fine. Team member deemed team analysis. Obviously, I want to win, but truthfully, I have no idea about the team building and that stuff. Only a few people stream on here, so I'm counting on you to teach me well. I will try. Well, team analysis is actually a pretty good way to learn that, so it's good that Mr. Thick here redeemed that. But yeah, I hope that I'm able to teach you that. Okay, so he clicked protect there. Interesting. That was the protect bug. That actually helped us because payback does more damage if it moves second. So we actually got less damage dealt to us because he moved first via the protect bug. So just PPO things. What's up, Arakawayne? How's it going? It's a tier 1 team. Cool. I will give it a look after this game. He goes Chomp once again. I'm gonna go hard Dragonite this time because I stayed in the zone last time. This is probably just a Dragonite sack, but I'm not super worried about it. Oh, he misses Stone Edge. Okay, well that's quite good for us. I'm still willing to trade. Yep, Cloud is fine. Just trying to get a Volcanion, yup. Me too. I mean, not like specifically right now, but in general, me too. I'm going to Shadow Ball here. It's not as good against Clefable as the Sludge Wave, but it's neutral damage against the whole team, and Specs Gengar hits really hard. So this is a two-hit KO on basically anything, I think. I'm not so big a fan of music with lyrics in the background just because I have to like think about those too, and it just ends up being annoying. I don't know, I'm weird. Am I willing to trade Gengar here for the Chomp's HP? I think so. I think I have enough priority here that getting into low health is pretty good value. Actually, I should have checked if that Chomp was dead to rocks. I don't know if it is. I'm gonna Crab here. Crab Hammer is just a good move. Thing just deals so much damage. I'm gonna Crab here as well, I think. Since our zone is faster than the Mamoswine, I think I'm comfortable losing the Crawdaunt, and since he's not burnt, the Mach Punch doesn't kill my Crawdaunt. I hit Air Balloon Mammo, I forgot about that. I'm gonna Crab here too. I don't think there's anything he can do, I mean, obviously outside of Superpower, but I'm gonna finish my sentence, which was, I don't think there's anything he can do on a standard Mamoswine that kills Crawdaunt, but that is actually fairly standard, I think. Flash Cannon should pick up everything here, though, since the Chomp is at like 2 HP. Ooh, it was just barely enough to live rocks. Alright, we are at a clean 2069 rating. That's powerful. Alright, let's do some team analysis. Alright, so the team we're looking at, 2 Life Orbs, we got a Specs, a Band, a Flame Orb, and a Leftovers. So we are talking a Trick Room team. So as I've said with every other Trick Room team that I think I've done an analysis on, I will preface this by saying I've never personally run Trick Room, so anything I say should be taken with a grain of salt. Three Trick Room setters seems pretty standard. The choice of Gallade is interesting. I don't know how I feel about this Pokemon. I feel like generally it's pretty bad. In Trick Room, it's possible it's good, but I don't know. I'm a little worried about Crocodile for you. It seems like with Trick Room active, you have a good Crocodile matchup, but if Trick Room isn't up, then nothing you have actually switches into Earthquake. And only the Aromatized switches into Knockoff. Actually, this might just switch into Earthquake. It might just be junky enough to do that. Yeah, maybe that's okay then. What else? Alright, so Trick Room, Swords Dance, Knockoffs, and Headbutts. Makes sense. Trick Room, Blast, Psyshock, Shadow Ball. Specs T-Spikes seems odd. I feel like you just want more coverage. A Scab Canine for Alligator? Or, Crocodile, sorry. Oh, for Alligator, you mean. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I haven't run those calcs. I've never played a Scavalier either. If a Scavalier is a decent check to for Alligator, that's okay. Crocodile's still potentially an issue. I think Dragalge is also generally okay against for Alligator, sorry. Ursaring seems really cool. This Pokemon seems pretty strong. The lack of priority is a little unfortunate, but it is what it is. Wish Protect, Trick Room, Aromatherapy. Interesting. So what is that for? Like, what status are you afraid of with this team? I guess it's just for Aromatize, that you're scared of, like, a Toxic or something? Because everything else doesn't really care. Like, Escavalier is immune to poisons, which, you know, eliminates the most annoying ones. Dragalge immune to poisons. Reuniclus is Magic Guard. Gallade, I don't think you care that much about status because you just smack them. And then Ursaring status itself, so I feel like aromatherapy may be overkill. The other thing is aromatherapy also removes your burn, so if your Ursaring has been knocked, or just next time it comes in, it'll be weaker for having clicked aromatherapy. Yeah, so I guess overall my thoughts are, I don't really know how Trick Room works, so I can't tell you how well this will do. I think Gallade is likely to be fairly weak. I think the Pokemon in general just has pretty unexciting base stats. Yeah, Moonblast seems pretty strong. Give you some, I mean, actually that's probably pretty good. Moonblast seems decent because it is a way to pressure Crocodile, which, as I've said, your team does probably struggle with. So if you can switch Aromatize into Crocodile and then force it out if it chooses to stick around, that seems valuable. Would I recommend over Gallade? Maybe Emboar? Emboar is really, really strong on teams like this and kind of fills the same physical attacker niche. I haven't checked the typing, but it seems like it slots in pretty well. We're weak to fire here, we resist fire here. So having another fire resist is probably decent. It resists dark, which is nice because you do have the Reuniclus, and right now the Gallade that don't appreciate dark attacks. Gallade is neutral, of course, but what else are we covering with Emboar? We're already pretty safe against fairy moves. Already pretty safe against grass moves. So the other defensive coverage Emboar provides is not that huge, but Emboar provides a lot of offensive utility. That does reduce you to 2 Trick Room setters, that's true. Maybe a Scavalier can pick up Trick Room and then play like a different item than Choice Band. I'm not sure. Oops. Alright, I opened it up again somehow. There we go. What about Pori 2? Pori 2 would be sweet. Alright, let's see if Q is free. Last time I queued... Okay, it was not free. Hoopa's ugly. Hoopa... It hits really hard, but I've hated using the Pokemon so far. I haven't used it on Trick Room, so I can't say it's a bad play, but I think the Pokemon in general has been very unexciting to me. That does also leave you with 2 Pursuit Trappable Pokemon, with the Reuniclus and the Hoopa, so, you know, something to think about. It could be scary. He looks good on paper? Yeah, I agree. In Trick Room it might be, honestly. I mean, the thing hits really hard. Really, really hard. Dragalge is goated. I agree, that Pokemon seems really strong in Trick Room. Oh yeah, Carbink. Yeah, I've seen that on basically every Trick Room team so far. It doesn't, it does exacerbate the issue of Crocodile. Can't Pursuit Trap Hoopa in Trick Room, he'll one-hit KO you, but counterpoint, Doublade gets Pursuit. I'm going to set rocks here because I expect Flamethrower. Our opponent last time did have us go Magnezone on this. they click Air Slash again, I would be unpleasantly surprised. Live and learn, except for the learn part. What do I click here? Am I feeling a Diggersby switch? Last time they went Sizor on this. They clicked Air Slash again turn 1. What does that mean? Like, I'm having trouble modeling the thought process here. I'm gonna Volt. Volcanion? Volcanion is an interesting one. Sniped TM? I don't know about that one. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, he's Aurasphere. So going Gengar, fairly unexciting. Going Magnezone, he does have the Diggersby switch in. Let's go Dragonite here, I think. And just E-Speed. If he switches, he's dead to rocks, that's fine. Even if he goes Chandelure and acquires immunity, diplomatic immunity, should be fine. Too many lyrics, man. I don't want to listen to lyrics. Yeah, that's better. We could also theoretically have G-Dance here, because Sizor doesn't have anything incredibly pressuring to Dragonite. But I think just killing the Sizor is pretty good value here. I also hoped to preserve the multi-scale there. I hoped he would click something like U-Turn, realizing that none of his moves are very good, and try to get into Kyurem or Togekiss. Who is ready to get frozen? I know, I'm excited. That's a good click. What do we do here? The problem is I don't know if he's Scarfed or not. That's pretty scary. I think I'm actually just going to come back into Dragonite and E-Speed here. Just to test if he's Scarf or not. Because I can't risk Gengar there, I think. I think Gengar is pretty strong here. If he commits to something like, well, he does switch. So pretty likely to be Scarf Kyurem then. That's pretty scary. I don't know that I can beat that. Chandelure makes sense here. We could just D-Dance here. I don't know that it gains us that much though, because he just goes back into Togekiss. Will-O-Wisp. Oh my goodness. Oh lordy. Turn up the gamer music. I turned it down. I don't know if you guys got better or worse volume, but Kyurem again. I have enough priority that I'm not super worried about the Togekiss. I'm just going to E-Speed here. I'm just going to take my damage. What's up, QFX? How's it going? So now I think his Kyurem is in range of a quick attack. I don't want to go Gengar here because obviously I do think he is Scarfed. please hot dog my ears? What? What does the hot dog mean? What is this strange science? Crawdon feels like the winning play here. I'm just going to quick attack to get the damage in so that Crawdon can pick up the kill here. Looks like actually Digger's Speech picks up the kill. Unless he's unlocked and outspeeds us, which we are perfect speed Digger's Speed. We're not jolly, but we are perfect for a neutral-natured Pokemon. When I say neutral, of course, I don't mean like actual neutral, I just mean neutral on speed. Oh man, I might not even get in my weeklies, because we didn't do stream Sunday, we did a short stream on Tuesday, and I'm feeling tired, so I don't know if I have another 6 games in me. We will see. I am recording this one as well, so this will probably get uploaded to YouTube as just a Battle Queue video, you know, just, we're playing Battle Queue. Hi YouTube. I don't know, I guess I've been talking to YouTube the whole time as well, because I've just been talking to the people watching this video, so I don't know, man. I'm too new of a streamer to know how that works. I'm gonna turn on some lights real quick. I'm too new of a streamer, I suppose, to have like identified in my head what the differences should be between a video that I'm just playing and a video that I'm prepping for YouTube. I'm going to taunt the Klefki on turn 1, I think. I'm expecting Rotom here. If he goes Rotom, I'm going to taunt it. Bisharp works too. I'm going to taunt this as well. So the question is, now what? I think I want his item more than I want the damage from Explosion. Knight/Bisharp. Is this your neutral one? No, this is a jolly one. I've been playing this one for a long time, long before I found the neutral one. Yeah, that Sucker Punch is pretty clearly coming there, but actually, yeah. So I guess since I knew the Sucker Punch was coming, I probably should have gone Magnezone. I think a better play for the opponent actually would have been to just knock again, because there's nothing that Azelf does that's incredibly frightening. Once you've seen the knockoff, you know I don't have a fire move. So I think if they just knock there, that prevents me from going Magnezone and doing this to him. So again, this is a pretty clear Sucker Punch. I am a little bit scared of a knock, though. Okay. We did dodge it. He goes Klefki here, I'm going to go Crawdon. Actually, maybe I'll Fire Punch once. Nah, let's just go Crawdon. So he should want to set Light Screen as well, to get the Serp in. But he may go Serp immediately. He goes for Light Screen first. Well, that was a dead Klefki then, that's odd. I knock here because Serp is the immediate switch in that you think of when you think, you know, what do I bring into this crawl? It did a lot of damage. I am surprised at that damage. Alright, Dragonite is a decent switch into this. Gengar is a decent switch into this. Magnezone maybe a switch into this. And he has screens up, so none of them are amazing. I think let's go Gengar here. He goes for Substitute, which I actually like a lot because that wastes his screen time. His screens turns. Crow is useless, should have just knocked. I don't think I agree. I mean, Aqua Jet kills the Bisharp, which is weak admittedly. Knock is really good pressure for the Dragonite. The Dragonite can't D-Dance on a Craw. And at +1, I think Outrage kills, but I don't think most other stuff kills. Oh yeah, I'm dumb. I wasn't thinking. The thing with Leech Sub Serp in screens is you kind of run out of screens. So, the Leaf Storm there is kind of weird. It's actually very weird. Does he have Dragon Pulse as his last move? His Reflect wears off after this turn, so the Dragon Dance should be really strong here. He goes for Sub. It's very strange sequencing. E-Speed probably a better move here than Fire Punch because, you know, if he goes Rotom, then I'd rather do the extra damage. Hidden Power Ice? Do I want to Outrage here? That opens me up to getting Sucker Punched, but that's about it. I'll just Fire Punch here. He goes Rotom, okay. Yeah, so Outrage would have been a little bit better. I think Outrage should still kill from like 75. But if I'm wrong, that's a little bit awkward. So you get the Sucker Punch off, or a Mach Punch, or something along those lines. The Serp not the most threatening when it's weak. But now Mach Punch should kill us. Actually, after Leftovers, it might not, because he's not burnt. I suppose it depends on the set of the conch. I think it kills. Not quite. So his Dragonite, I believe, is Dragon Dance. So if I E-Speed, does that allow him to Dragon Dance? I think I'm going to E-Speed over Outrage, because it's guaranteed damage. It should mean that a quick attack is guaranteed to kill. Yeah. Yeah, I think the leech subset on Serp I just don't really like in screens. I don't think it's that good. You waste a lot of screens time with that. Alright, low-rated scary team. I don't have a way to pursuit trap this, unfortunately. I think we just get swept by this Kingdra. Welcome back. I got back at the same time, so that worked out. I'm gonna set rocks here. I wonder if Dragonite has a chance here. So he goes Kingdra, he surfs for the kill. And then we go Dragonite and we Dragon Dance. And what happens? I mean, Toad should wall us, right? We don't actually have another option because everything else dies to surf. Craw narrowly lives it, but not really worth. Actually, that might have been worth. A knock would be pretty good here to make a hole in the team. I think I'm going to go for it. The only thing is, I can't... I would need 2 more Dragon Dances now to outspeed the Kingdra. Maybe we just go Gengar here. I'm gonna go for the triple Dragon Dance. The triple Dragon Dance sweep. Alright, well, the first turn burn makes that a little less likely. But, you know, at +3, it's still pretty significant. And I can actually just keep Dragon Dancing until he switches. He doesn't have any priority to speak of. I think I'm gonna go one more time. I don't want to get jetted down by the Crawdaunt, which I don't think is super likely, but in rain I think it probably does like 25–30%. I'll go for Outrage here. The main concern here is that we will kill ourselves with Confusion. That's the big threat. I stepped out to the restroom and I didn't get any water, so I have no water now. Feels bad, man. But fortunately, I have limited the rain turns. Unfortunately, if the Dragonite dies, the Kingdra will sweep the entire team. The jukes, the extra rocks damage. What was Rocky Helmet there? Was the Palipar Rocky Helmet? Was the Xatu Rocky? Probably the Xatu was Rocky Helmet. That would make sense. Alright, so Crobat's still a little bit annoying. I assume... I mean, I don't know. This probably dies to Ajet, but it's probably close. No? Okay. We live. So I was right, it was 25–30. It dealt 24%. There we go. There it is. And now we use his rain. Is that the Peter Fred? It is the one and only. Yeah, I am playing Joey's. This is a clanmate of mine. He asked if he could queue into me, and I said, yeah, sure. And he was playing Rain, which is a horrendous matchup for us, but we got to +5 with Dragonite, so it's hard to lose from there. Alright, well, Q is currently occupied, so I'm actually going to go run and grab some water real quick. I'll leave you guys with bed stream for 30 seconds. I'll be right back. I have returned. You joined an Insta bed stream? That's value. Horse GAF, I believe he is Scarf Victini. I'm gonna go for Stealth Rock here. Yep, he is Scarfed. He has nothing that outspeeds the Azelf, though, so we do get an explosion off here, or maybe a knock, depending on when he goes. Skarmory Taunt. Definitely don't want to allow rocks or a defog. He may just Brave Bird us, but I think that's fine. Yep, Brave Bird is absolutely fine, because we just go Zone here and give it a Volt. If he happens to be Shed Shell and goes Zygarde here, then our life does get a little bit annoying, but you can't really play for that. Yep, so we do get a deletion on the Skarmory, and the question is what now? Crawdaunt would be met with a Moongus or Keldeo, Diggersby with Keldeo, Dragonite. He goes Zygarde, I guess. Gengar, he goes Umbreon. I think Umbreon is the most passive of those, so I'm going to go Gengar. Umbreon can Wish Pass into something, it can Foul Play, but neither of those are incredibly exciting if I just go into Crawdaunt maybe? Diggersby maybe? Foul Play is kind of annoying there. I could just Focus Blast this, I could Sludge Wave this. It's unclear if this will be specially defensive or not. I would think it would be. Agent is nice for Victini, but we do have a lot of priority. Yeah, he does Foul Play. I'm just going to knock here. I'm not going to do anything fancy. I don't want to Swords Dance and die to a Foul Play. I don't want to Crab Hammer and die to an Amoonguss switch in. Alright, I'll Crab here. He stayed in enough that I feel like he's here to stick it out to the end. I'm pretty happy with that trade. Gengar is pretty nuts now. His Victini does outspeed, we have to bear that in mind. And the other thing we have to bear in mind is that he does not know that his Victini outspeeds. So if I think he's going Victini here, I don't want to go into my Gengar, because I think he'll click a move, because I think he'll feel he has to, and I think he'll win that fight. So I would feel obligated to switch, and then he'd know. So I want to go something besides Gengar here, even though Gengar is quite good against everything else on his team. Yeah, he does go Victini. I'll try a Dance here. He doesn't like Glaciate, could be annoying. He goes for Trick. I like that a lot, actually. So he did that, I assume, because he thinks he's faster than my Gengar anyway. So he thinks it's not a big deal. But it is definitely, possibly a big deal. Definitely, possibly. We do have to sack something here, though. I think Zone is the worst here. It's very good against Keldeo, don't get me wrong. But I think Quick Attack is just a better sweeping utility move. I think I'll go back into... well... no, let's go Gengar. I was going to say let's go Dragonite and just Outrage, but... I think just Shadow Balling here is a lot better. We are Specs, we do kind of kill everything. a little awkward here is what to do once he goes Zygarde after this. Because if we stay in, we do a lot of damage to the Zygarde, but we die back. If we go Dragonite on it, we might just die anyway. He goes Victini. Okay, sure. That's fine. He thinks he's still Scarf. So he did deduce that we're Specs, but I think he forgot that he's Scarf, is what I think happened there. Not 100% sure. And now when he goes Zygarde, I'm really okay just taking the damage, because then Quick Attack finishes off the Zygarde, chips down the Keldeo, and Scarfed. It does nothing. Oh my goodness. Wild. I'll do it again. Quell buffs attack and defense and accuracy. The paralysis there is really brutal. I think we really wanted that hit. He goes for Dragon Tail? Okay. So we are Scarf Dragonite now, and Scarf Outrage is... I mean, I wouldn't recommend it as a set, but it's not the worst thing to end up with. Life Orb Keldeo, interesting. Looks like stream's lagging a little bit behind here. I'm gonna refresh again. I'll just send Rocks, I think, on the wash lead. He'll Volt into Gengar or Diggersby or Scizor, I suppose. Here I'm actually going to click Knock rather than Explode because I feel like he would go Gengar there, but maybe not. So this is actually a pretty bad spot now because he can just click Defog forever. He chooses not to, which I am a fan of. Now he may go Gengar, but looks like he doesn't want to. So Gengar is quite nice to go into a wash. It does force it out, but Diggersby is pretty hard for us to switch into. So the question is whether he thinks we'll click something like Focus Blast. Actually, I guess there's not much reason for us not to click Focus Blast, aside from the inevitable miss. Yeah, killing Heatran pretty nice. That is a solid crit there for us. We'll add that previous win. I didn't want to do it before because I think stream lagged a little bit. I think it is still running like 20 to 30 seconds behind here, but... Craw, we have Diggersby. I think Diggersby is much better than Crawdon in this matchup. So I'm inclined to risk the Craw rather than the Diggersby. I think let's do that. Does he also Focus Blast? He clicks Icy Wind. Interesting. So he thought Dragonite if I suspected Focus Blast. I believe this kills. It does do a lot less after the item is gone, but I think from 35 we should be safe. I think that's a close call though. Yep, he agrees with me, so he sacks the Rotom instead. And now he's going to go back into Tangrowth, and I think I will go Gengar on that. He goes Diggersby. Do I want to save this Crawdon? Ajet's not bad now, actually. No, I won't save it. He still has the Tangrowth. It's still pretty healthy. Yeah, I'm expecting Tangrowth over the Gengar here. Because Tangrowth does resist the Earthquake. Although Earthquake might still have 2-hit KO'd the Tangrowth. It's a bit unclear there. I'm going to go into my Gengar here. He does click Shadow Ball, looks like. Yep. Some good read by the opponent, but now we get back into Diggersby and get to click Earthquake for free. So this should be another kill for us, which is overall, I think, a trade sequence that I'm okay with taking. He may decide to sack the Gengar here. He may decide it's just not going to do enough to Dragonite or Magnezone to be worthwhile. Which it does not one-shot either. I don't think it two-shots Dragonite. Yeah, Sizemore makes sense as a sacrifice. It doesn't do anything to Dragonite, and it loses horribly to Magnezone. And it's outsped and killed by the Diggersby anyway, so nothing super exciting going on for the opponent there. Probably a safer play there was just go Dragonite. Or arguably just go Magnezone into a return. But this did work out for us. Alright, we are at 18 weeklies. It looks like stream is kind of dying a bit. We're running pretty far behind. Man, I bought this really nice computer to stream. Well, you know, I didn't buy it just to stream. I also bought it to have a really nice computer to play games with. Specifically to play this pixelated MMO. But yeah, it looks like my internet connection is just non-existent at the moment. Yeah, it's looking real bad. Alright, it's about time to shut down the stream anyway, so I think this is a good place to call it. So, yeah, that'll be it. Thank you guys for hanging out as always, and if you were watching on YouTube, then thank you for that as well. And yeah, I will be streaming again Sunday night at the normal time. I may try to stream Saturday afternoon, but I say that a lot, and I only very infrequently stream Saturday morning, or Saturday afternoon, so we'll see. But yeah, so thank you guys for hanging out. Have a good night, and I will see you next time.